1000 LP career. How'd you beat that on 140 ping? By liking the video. In this game, I start Raptors to path top because I have a Ziggs with TP in the bot lane, compared to the enemy Ashe who has Flash and Cleanse, and almost guaranteed priority with her Karma support. Well, Maokai would be very unhappy, wouldn't he? Madness! Now, after I hit level 3, I'm a little scared the enemy Gwen is going to 3-camp gank my top lane. It might be rare, but it could happen, so I danger ping my Jax. But as time progresses, I also know that at this time, it is way too late for a Gwen to gank because she finishes her top camps well before 2 minutes 40 seconds. So she is likely either recalling and running out to her bot camps or just running towards walls. That is why I put another point in queue to clear my top camps as soon as possible, which is what we want to do, right, Maokai? Now, as I do this top crab, I know the enemy Gwen is on the bot crab, so I caution ping towards my mid and bot lanes. This is a subtle improvement compared to just pinging on the crab itself. Now, because I have prio mid and the stronger mid laner here, I want to cover a potential Gwen gank because I think we hard win. If I can flash W this Renekton, he is gone, but he dices away to safety. Suddenly, the Gwen shows, but I knew she was here anyway, so it's no surprise. I just quickly damage her and get ready to clear my respawning Raptors. But then she starts hitting the standard mid wave. Why would she do that? Probably because her mid laner is asking for assistance to help shove the wave. So I anticipate the Renekton to appear again, and he does. I wait until he moves near our blue minions, and then I simply flash combo him, and Yone gets first blood. Now after this, I farm my Raptors knowing that Gwen is also farming hers, so as I move to Krugs, I caution ping exactly where the enemy jungler is, and can you believe it? As I finish my Krugs, the Gwen shows on my top laner's vision, and he doesn't die. Crazy, right? Now when I run out of base, look at this picture. Not only am I running out of base for minion wave, which means if I run to a lane, the enemy laners will actually be there because they're farming this wave. But there is also a Renekton with no flash around half HP. He looks juicy, right? If I could get behind him, easy kill. But there's one issue. Where is the wave pushing? Away from Yone. And the next wave is not close enough to keep Renekton near the middle of this lane. So I can't gank it anymore. Unlucky. That's why I just have to go to my top camps. Now after finishing Gromp, my Jax is pinging for assistance and pings the enemy Nar's flash. But I need to know this will be worth. Where is the wave pushing? Unlike the mid lane example, this is pushing towards us. That means the Gnar will have to move up to at least get experience from the dying blue minions, and there is a high chance we can kill him. I wait until I think I can get behind him, and even though I die from this, the Jax gets the kill, survives, and this is huge because Gnar is also missing more minions than Jax. Now elsewhere, my mid laner dies to the Gwen who uses her ultimate, and I begin to run out of base. Now, the key to jungling well is knowing what timing you are playing for. So when we look at this minimap, where do you think I want to be in the near future? Did you just say dragon? I want to be at Grubs. My bot lane is still the same bot lane as earlier, an early game Ziggs against an Ashe with 2 combat summoner spells. No thanks. So I clear my bot side knowing I have time to get to Grubs before Gwen can do them. I make sure to ping on my way so my teammates know what my plan is, but I forget to ping where the Gwen is. I know she will be farming her red buff quadrant here, but I ping a bit too late, and as soon as I do, she shows ganking my top laner and chunking him. This means he has to use TP, and now I have no prio top. However, my Thresh has TP because of his spellbook, let's go, and he arrives at the scene. This surely though has something to do with me on my way pinging just a little bit earlier, and this means that if a fight breaks out, we will be in a 4v3. So I trinket the Grubs and steal one with Smite, and the Gwen ease over the pit. In your games, I guarantee you that the Gwen will fight you here, even though she's in a numbers disadvantage and doesn't have her ultimate, but I just have to be happy with taking Grubs. But then what? Well, I don't see how I can cross through mid to play for the bot crab, because the stronger enemy bot lane is attached to it, so I have to farm my top camps, and then I move to my Raptors. The reason I do Raptors instead of maybe ganking top is because I don't want to give Gwen my bot camps. That would be giving up too much, especially to a jungler who can still 1v9 this game. But I make a big mistake here. Gwen can easily do dragon because she has a much stronger bot lane, so when she is doing dragon, I need to be in a position to counter this, which is where? Top side. And in this game, it would be killing the Gnar. Unfortunately, I hang around bot side and it looks kind of Chad, the 1v4 Maokai player, but this is just stupid and I should probably die here. And even though we kill the Gwen, it's still not worth, right? We lose 2 players. What a trash jungler. Now, running out of base, I can never play for bot crab because it's the same as anything bot side, right? Their strong bot lane is near it. So I have to run to my top camps here and watch my Jax die in a 1v1 poggers. Because of this, I do Gromp, wolves, and then I see that my Yone and Thresh are fighting mid. With the enemy Karma support still bot lane, surely this is good, right? But Thresh's Lantern just runs out before I get to it, but for whatever reason, the enemy Gwen and Renekton continue fighting, so I just press my R and we kill the Croc. Not sure what that was about, but we'll take it. And then we kill the Karma, and then we kill the Ashe. Just love this region, bro. But then what do I do? Well, I have no idea about Gwen's camps, so I double check this crab because it's so close to me, and then I decide to farm my bot camps. I don't want to waste time running into her bot side if the camps aren't there. But what are we actually playing for now? After I clear my bot camps, I want to go to Rift Herald. It's just that my Ziggs W's into a Karma and gets chunked and then dies a few seconds later. Is he playing from NA or no flame? I try to forget what I just witnessed and recall to run to Rift. Again, I don't know why this happens, but Gwen shows bot, runs into my sapling, and then rage ultis my Thresh and doesn't get a kill. Huge. Something good can happen in the bot lane after all. Now, this Gwen makes a smart play. She knows, right, that she might have to give up Rift because she doesn't have her ultimate, so she anticipates me being on Rift Herald by pressuring our mid tower. It's just that I have a mini map and can press R, and that's what happens. And we kill the Renekton. Now what? Well, isn't Rift Herald even more free when Renekton is dead? Yes. But as I am doing Rift Herald, what is the next best thing on the minimap? Now, if you said dragon this time, you're correct. But I can't contest this dragon. Why? Because I don't have my ultimate in time. That would be Flip City. So what should I do if I'm losing drag? Something topside is the same as before, but I make another mistake here. I decide to farm my top camps into a base. This is some AFK jungling. What I should be doing is dropping the Rift Herald top and getting this tower with Jax. I can then always come back to my top camps because they're not going anywhere. I'm actually trash, eh? At a base, I decide to operate near the mid lane because I think the Gwen might be hovering her Renekton in the bot lane. Their team was just in my bot side jungle, so I'm a little bit scared just to run in there. That's why I move towards the top side of mid, clear a bit of vision, and then the enemy Gwen shows. Because my Jax is able to capitalize on my CC, I take this fight on and we just kill her. Not sure if she was like ordering dinner or some shit, but yeah, we'll take it. I then use my R because the immobile Ashe Karma will be nearby, but I should just Q immediately after W in the Ashe. This gives her time to flash away and live. We still get a flash and cleanse, so it's still good. And because they are super low, I drop the Rift Herald and we get a second tower. Now what? Let's look at the minimap again. What is the next best thing? Atachan. Good. Feels as if we're starting to get somewhere. That's why I do Crab, Raptors, and then Recall. Even though the ideal timing to Recall for Atachan would be 1930, because that would mean I'm spending as much gold as possible and still getting there, I don't need any more gold than what I already have though. I have Unending Despair, and the leftover gold I spend is not going to change a potential fight. That means I am in position to react to any fight that might happen. However, I kinda troll again here because I should just do red buff and not Krugs, and then I move into position to play for Atachan. Unfortunately, my Jax decides to undo the good work he's recently done by dying for free, and we have to give up Atachan. This is a little tilting, and I do a great job of not letting out my frustration. Liar! But let's stay focused. What's the next best thing? Dragon, good. Now, can we contest this? Well, the enemy champions use their ultimates in the Atachan fight. So even though I might not have mine for a little while, they definitely don't have theirs. And we have Yone ultimate. So when a fight breaks out, the Yone uses his ultimate to kill the Ashe, and we eventually win this little fight. Because of that, we take the dragon. And then we have to think about our next destination, which is... where? Well, Baron is kind of close, but not really. But I definitely don't want the Gwen taking my entire top side. That would give her a bit too much golden experience. So I recall to then run to my top camps. Even though I should probably smite the blue buff here, and maybe also W the Gwen. 140 ping in the head as well, by the way. We win this fight as well. But again, what's next? Well, Baron is the next big thing. And I know Jax can get this top tower without me, so I just clear as many camps as I can before I need to be a Baron, which is again around 30 seconds before it spawns. Now, after buying a Thornmail, that's exactly where I run. This timing means that as soon as Thresh lands a hook, the squad is there and I get a kill. Now, with this numbers advantage, we should definitely do Baron or start a fight around it. And that's what we try to do. It's just that the Jax goes on a bit of a solo mission again, and I have to R to protect him, and we don't really get anything out of this. So I have to calm myself down, do the crab, and for whatever reason, the enemy Karma runs into our team again and gets caught, and this baits the Gnar. Thresh lands a nice hook, and we end up winning this fight. Now at the end of it, what's next? Baron is still there, but Dragon is also spawning soon, so we can recall and ping it. I'm super low, I can't stay on the map. Now we push them out when we get here and get it easily. Now what's next? Baron. This is why I do red and raptors, so I can transition into the Baron smoothly. And lo and behold, Jax is trying to 1v9 again. The Gwen, however, overextends and we kill her. So If the enemy team doesn't have smite, we do the Baron, that's right. But what's next? We have all the time in the world here, so I want to make sure I am back on the map when my team is running out of base, or close to it. So I farm my top cans for level 16 and then recall. Now we end up getting 2 inhibs out of our Baron push, and then our reset for whatever item this is called, and then we do the next big thing, Dragon. Gwen and Na try to go on a generational run and 2v3 us, but die. And as Jax and Yone kill the Renekton top lane, I shove out bot. And despite my micro being kinda mid this game, and even a couple of missed macro opportunities, we still carried and won pretty easily. Good luck in your games, don't be shit, bye.